Welcome to Price Violin Academy. The goal of this channel is to make professional level music education, typically only accessible to the wealthy, available to all. I'm creating content that describes in detail every aspect of what it takes to move from being a complete beginner to mastering the violin. I have experience teaching at the collegiate level, and my students are regularly getting placed in top-tier music schools. I know the methods I share on this channel work because they consistently produce results in my students. As a professional performer, I've recorded for major motion pictures and performed with artists such as Bruce Springsteen, Christian Chenoweth, Lea Salonga, Andrea Bocelli, The Killers, and many others. I also perform regularly with a professional symphony and ballet orchestra. My long-term goal is to have a comprehensive violin curriculum that can take you from being a complete beginner to making it into a high-level music school. On this channel, you will find a plethora of materials, including technique videos, Suzuki recordings, tutorials on pieces I commonly teach, including Suzuki songs, performances, masterclasses, progressive lessons, and practice follow-along videos. Let me highlight some of the things that might be the most useful to you. First, the technique videos. These videos are designed to cover every aspect of violin technique at every level. They are a synthesis of research that I did during my master's degree, where I read a bunch of treatises on how to play the violin. I wanted to see what principles were shared by Heifetz's teacher, Perlman's teacher, or even Mozart's teacher, so I could solidify my own teaching beliefs. My technique videos are my way of sharing the results of that research with you. They're essentially an online treatise. I found the format of video to be a much better medium than writing to convey complex violin concepts. These technique videos are not simply how-tos. They are methodically planned out systems of how to build technique from the ground up. These methods are the exact progressions I use in my own studio that are consistently getting my students into top music schools. These videos are organized in playlists under left and right hand technique. Often broad subjects are covered in series, starting from more basic concepts to more advanced ones by the end of each series. The library is growing, but I already have series on tone, vibrato, bow exercises, shifting, and many more are in the works. I also have an ever-growing library of Suzuki recordings. You'll find these neatly organized in playlists with a different one for whether you want just violin, violin with accompaniment, or accompaniment alone. I'm also very excited about my Practice with a Pro playlist. The idea behind this is that you can actually follow along with me the practice routine that I have my students go through daily. If you've ever struggled to practice yourself or with your kids, you can simply stand in front of the follow-along playlist and go down the list of videos. I actually do the practice reps with you, so it's as close as we can get to being in a lesson together. The videos include exercises relating to bow dexterity, tone, hand frame, shifting, vibrato, right hand dexterity, and scales. Everything to start your practice off right. If you found it difficult to organize your own practice to cover all the essentials, this playlist will make your practice easier and more effective. Now, YouTube is an incredible platform, and it's a huge gift that it makes it possible for me to create content and for you to be able to find it. However, it isn't necessarily designed to organize the breadth of videos that I'm creating. The best way that I found to organize the videos on YouTube is in the playlist tab. However, I've already found that the playlists are getting very large, and finding what you're looking for is only going to get harder as the channel grows. Because of that, I've made a website that clearly organizes the videos so you can find exactly what you're looking for. The videos are organized by topic and also by difficulty, or when I introduce the subjects to my students. If you have a specific technique question, for instance, you want to learn about vibrato, you can search by topic, find left-hand technique, and then be directed to a series of videos on that topic. Beneath each video is a clear description of exactly what is contained, so you can be sure you're watching the right thing for you. The organization by difficulty is useful if you're, say, in book 4, and you want to know exactly what techniques I'm emphasizing in lessons at your level. You can go directly to a web page specifically organized for you. Feel free to shoot me a comment if you can't find what you're looking for. Who knows, maybe it'll become a new video. Even though I'm an active professional performer, it's important to me that you understand that the thing that I'm most passionate about is my teaching. Let me tell you why. When I was 12, I was talking with a group of friends, and the conversation turned to the possibility of becoming doctors. One of my friends quickly said, "Oh, I could never do that." That statement took me off guard, and I immediately thought, what are you talking about? Of course you can. You see, I already had a deep belief that any difficult goal was attainable by anyone if they broke it down into small enough pieces and worked diligently on it. Hearing my friend's comment was the first time I realized that not everyone had that belief. As I was thinking about why that belief was ingrained in me so deeply, I realized it was because of my earliest violin training. I learned early on that things that initially seemed impossible became possible with the right application of thought and effort. It is because of the character development that violin had in my life that I decided I wanted to have a similar impact in other people's lives through teaching. My teaching methodology revolves largely around using violin as a tool for teaching character. When violin training is done right, students develop the confidence that they can be successful at anything they try, and they leave with the tools and self-discipline to make their dreams a reality. Now, while I was lucky enough to have opportunities to study with inspiring teachers, not everyone is so fortunate. And as it turns out, fantastic music instruction is expensive. When my parents recently retired, they computed how much they'd spent on different categories. Guess what expense took the cake above housing and college? Music education. That means that quality music education is not available to the masses. This is a shame. Music education has been proven to be a powerful tool to train the mind, to teach character, and it is very effective at keeping kids out of trouble. It seems like less affluent families are possibly the ones that could benefit most from good music education. This is what has inspired the making of this channel. It's a way that I can broadly share the teaching methods that I see working so well with everyone. This vision has been a powerful why in my life as I struggled to learn about YouTube, thumbnails, sound design, lighting, and video production. Providing high-level music education to the masses is something that's become my mission. I wake up eager to work on it because I know it has value, and there is still so much information that needs to be presented to help you reach your goals. If you're gaining value from the materials, be sure to become an active member of the community. Subscribing, commenting, and liking is great, but I hope this channel's community grows to be a particularly supportive group. I've been astounded by how incredible the music community is in my area, and I hope to build something even bigger here. Thank you for joining in the journey and being a part of the community of violinists striving for mastery.